Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Hannah Hall and I'm a makeup artist for the everyday woman, for our everyday lives. And I have been out and about on the high street trying and testing new products to bring here to you today. And I've got some great little finds for you. So without further ado, let's get started. So I've prepped and primed the skin, ready to go. And the first product that I found for you is this one. It is amazing. It's by Revolution. It's called a Super Dewy. It's like a skin tint it's just really lovely. It gives a gorgeous, dewy, radiant finish, but it's not glittery. So it really is beautiful on the skin. Now I've got the shade medium light, so they do quite a good range of shades, which is good to see out there on the high street. So I'm just gonna put it all over my face like this. I mean, you could just blend it in with your fingers if you wanted to. I'm going to use a kabuki brush, easy for me to say, and just blend that over my skin, and you can just see, just gives a really nice finish. It's giving quite a bit of coverage. I'm pleased with that. It's not anything too heavy that's going to sit in my lines or my creases. I want something nice and light, but I just want to even out that skin tone. And I think this is doing it really well. Sort of got a minty sort of fragrance to it as I'm applying. And it says it's got wild berry in it. So I don't know if that's that, but it's obviously infused with a little bit of skincare. It feels really nice. It feels really light on the skin, but that is giving such a beautiful finish. So I've been really pleased with that one. Couldn't wait to show you guys this. So next I've got a concealer, which is by NYX. Now I've been using this for a while. I've had it in my kit for a while. It's shade Vanilla. And I really like this as well. Now I would say you could just use your ring finger. With concealer, I would be putting it into this sort of corner area. You don't need a lot around the eye area. I think that's really key, especially as we mature, is just think less is more. So just do a little bit there. I'd also pop a little bit up there in the dimple. It'll get a little bit dark there. And if you've got any discoloration, you can just place it where you need it. And then pop it on the inner corner there, but then just try to avoid here. But if you've got more of a bag, you can see mine is protruding there. I'd suggest getting a little brush, and you can just sort of go in and just feather that up down there, and just try and avoid taking too much product under here. Because what we can do is, if you get the majority of the product here, taking it onto the tops of the eyes there, just in the corner, and then out here, get that all patted into the skin. And then after that, then you can just sort of drag it over, just to give a little bit more coverage. Just there, can you see? Just really brightens the eye. It's lovely. So just doing in the inner corner, taking it up, just up towards the brow bone, and then blend the outer corner, and then whatever's left on the brush, just take that underneath, just to marry it together. Just take it down. And then if you think, oh, actually, I want to, sort of, you can see here, I'm quite dark with these marionette lines. Go in with your brush. It's going to be a nice fluffy brush, very soft. You don't want anything too hard. Really nice, soft, fluffy brush. And then just place it down there. Sorry, I'm trying to look in my mirror as well as I do it. But you can see that it just sort of cleans up the redness around here. It's a lovely concealer, actually. And because it's a serum concealer, it's got sort of skincare infused into it. So it's slightly lighter, but actually I think it's great for mature skin. Just if you are looking for a concealer out there, always try and look for a serum concealer. I think that is something to look for. Dimple of the chin, go a little bit dark there. Anything you want to bring forward, try and do that with the concealer. And then sometimes with the frown lines, you can just pop a little bit on the frown lines as well. So just to lighten it up. Yeah, love all that. is amazing. I love that. And then you can just go back with your kabuki brush and just sort of blend it all together. But as you can see, I'm sort of just patting. I'm not giving big swipes. I'm just sort of patting just to give that lovely professional finish to the makeup. And they're two amazing products. I love those, both of those, absolutely brilliant. If you wanted a little bit of sheen around this sort of area, this is a really nice product. I've obviously used quite a lot of it, but it's really nice. I've used it on my brides in the past, and actually it's a 4-in-1 glow, but it's lovely. You just twist the bottom and then the product comes out on the sponge. So you can actually use the sponge directly and just pat it where you want it, just to give a little bit of extra glow. And again, this is a really light product. And I think that as you get older, you don't want anything too heavy. You want things that are really light and just giving, you know, sort of highlighting in the right areas. And again, you can go back in with your kabuki brush and just pat over the top. But I think the skin is just coming to life, isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant. So loving those 3 products. So next I found this one for you. 3-in-1. So actually that has got a highlighter there as well. This is by Rimmel and it's got the blusher there at the bottom. Now, if you were going in with your brusher, I would suggest not a too big a brush because it would just give you too much and you can't get the control. So I suggest going with a smaller brush, and an angled brush is really good. And then just go into sort of the blush area. You can see the powder. It's a powder product. And then I would tap off the excess, just tap that off, and then pat it into the hand. So you're working it into the brush, you see. And then just go on. Now, when you're applying blusher, think, okay, it's normally the apples of the cheeks, but as soon as you stop, it will end up dragging the face down because it's almost a bit too low. So still stay on the apple of the cheek, but let me just have a look in the mirror. So stay on the apple of the cheek, but just that little bit higher. Just here. So you're going to come here, up and out. And again, I'm just patting onto the face. I'm not doing anything. And this is a really lovely blusher because it's just nice and soft. And you're actually quite foolproof. Just gives a bit of warmth to the skin. Really nice. Do the other side. Just lifting there. Pop a bit on your nose if you want to, just to look flushed, as if you've been for a nice fresh walk. Blusher is your best friend, I must admit. Absolutely brilliant. So loving that as well. There is a bronzer there as well, actually. So you could, it's called a contour. So we could try that actually. Let's give that a try. So just popping the same brush into that. And actually, I'm just going to pop it here. Can you see? That's just giving just that little bit of definition. Don't anything too radical. We just want a little bit of product that's just going to make us look and feel. Pop it up into the hairline as well. So yeah, love that. Actually, now I've applied that, what I would do is go back with my kabuki brush. I just want to soften it. And so I just want to give it a pat over that. You see how that's softened? And that, yeah. This is lovely, gorgeous. So next I looked at brow products for us. Now this is called Got To Be. It's brilliant, really good. This has been around for years. It's normally clear, but now they've brought out a brown one, so I thought I'd give it a try with you guys. Now, I would say that that's difficult to use because you're going to get it's going to be quite messy. It's going to be difficult. There's a lot of product on there and that's going to be difficult to manage on the brow. So I would say get a spoolie brush. I would bend the top of it so you've got an angle, so then you can work easier. I would then go into this one and just take off some of the product, just so you've got it on your spoolie brush. So then what I would do is I would just brush through the brows, just keep it really simple and just basically brush through, lifting up the brow. Now, this product's brilliant because once you set the brows, they don't move with this product. It's fantastic. And you're getting that pigment as well. So just literally brush them through. I would then just go in and fill in with the tip any little area. You'll have the pigment on it from getting it off the main brush, but if you were to go in with the main brush, it's too much. So can you see there? Look at that straight away. It just makes such a difference, doesn't it? But I like this one. I think it's a soft colour. I think it's perfect. And yet it's going to give you that lift and that definition that you need. Just brushing them up into place. If you find that you get a little bit, just take your finger because it's still wet and just take it away. Or you could use a Q-tip as well, just to clean up. And then I'd just take the tip and then just brush through. And look, they're both lifted so well. It's absolutely brilliant. What I would suggest actually is when you have taken it onto, you can always test it on the back of your hand just to see what payoff you're getting, so that then you're not going in with too much product, and it just gives the perfect brow. Nice, quickly and easily. So next, if you do want to sort of address your eyes, I have got a little bit of mascara on already because I've been out and about, but this is brilliant. This is Infallible. It's a brown, it's a liner, and it's just, I find it a little bit softer than black, which I think is good. So all I would suggest is just to give a little bit underneath. It's called tight lining, but all I'm doing is pressing up into the lashes just to give that little bit of definition. If you find that too tricky doing it freehand, what I would suggest is you just look down into the mirror, tilt your head back, take your other hand, lift up your eyelid, and then just push it into the roots. This is a perfect technique for hooded eyes because then you haven't got to use any of your precious lid space. You can go over the top if you want to, and what I would suggest with this, again, don't try and draw big lines, because I think it's quite tricky when the eyes are a little bit more crepey and hooded, like my eyes are very difficult to get a straight line. So I would suggest just laying it flat on top, just where the lashes are, and you will see a difference straight away. Just give you that little bit of definition. Can you see the difference already? It's brilliant, isn't it? So let's do the other side. So just looking in the mirror, tilting the head back, lift up, and then just push up into the roots. And it just opens the eye no end. Just addresses, just gives that little bit more depth to the eye. Makes your lashes actually look that little bit longer. So then a good Highstreet mascara is, and now you know I always love this one, is Volume Million Lash. I've used this for years, absolutely love it, it's brilliant. But I thought I'd try the Rimmel one for you today. So the wand is sort of, it's quite nice actually, it's quite thin. And so then again, looking down into the mirror and then just giving a little coat of mascara. Oh, I've got a little tip for you guys, bear with me. So I was on a shoot with some other makeup artists, and we're always chatting about the latest things, and you know, it's lovely to actually spend time with other makeup artists. They said, get a little TP brush, you know, these for the teeth. I love this tip. Okay, get your mascara and then just pop a little bit onto the TP brush. Okay, like this. Again, I would bend the tip like this, so you've got a bit of control. Then you can get all the tiny little lashes. Just watch this. And you can catch every little lash. It's genius. if you find that sometimes, you know, your eyelashes get a little bit stuck together, you can go in and just separate, lift and separate. And then in the corner, it's very hard to get them. You can get them, and the outer corner. I just think that's brilliant. Love it. I'll just do the other side. I mean, there's so many lashes there I didn't even know I had. Oh, you're going to have to try this and let me know how you get on with it. It's brilliant. What a great little tip. Love it. You play around all day with your lashes like this. I love that. That has made such a difference. TP brushes. They don't cost a lot, do they? And you can't use it after you've used it in mascara. Otherwise you end up with black teeth. That wouldn't be good. Right. Oh dear. Okay, so and to be honest, I think that is pretty much it for, you know, a nice fresh look that is nice and easy to recreate. It's all drugstore, high street makeup. I'm going to do the lips. I'm going to use this Superstay by Maybelline. This is brilliant. So again, you know, sort of I always say, line the lip from the base up just to create a slightly fuller pout. It just gives a slightly fuller pout. So, so I'll be quiet during this. So you're kind of overlining, but not ridiculously, just a little, just subtle. It just makes such a difference. And then you can do the other side and then just fill in the entire lip, because it is actually really quite moisturizing. It's really nice. That's lovely. Gorgeous. And then even if you wanted to, you've even got powder on, don't panic. You can pop a little bit of this just up here on the cheekbone, and it won't disturb your makeup. Don't panic about this. So you can either pat it with your finger or take your kabuki brush and just pat over the top, and it will just soften the lines, so there's no telltale signs of where you've placed it. But that sort of brings the look together even more, doesn't it? It's really lovely. And then you can just go over with a nice lip gloss if you wanted to. You don't have to, but it just gives a slightly more youthful feel to the lip when they're a little bit glossy. I love this one. It's not sticky. I don't like sticky lip glosses. That has put me off in the past. This one's brilliant as a drugstore one. Absolutely brilliant. So that's lovely, isn't it? Really nice. So setting it all in place with a little bit of banana powder. This is by Ben Nye. And you can see it's a yellow powder. And then just pop in your brush into the lid just to pick up the product. Then just pop it onto your hand just to work it into the brush, okay? And then just place it just where you feel you need it. You won't need it too much. Just to give it a bit of longevity throughout the day. You don't want a lot of powder, just want to set it a little bit. Or you could use a fixing spray. So that's the powder looking really lovely, and that's it, you're good to go. If you don't want to use powder, you could go for a setting spray instead. I've got the L'Oreal one, I've used it, I use it on set with my models. I must admit, it does feel a little bit like you're spraying hairspray on your face, but it is a good one. So a good high street one. And just let that set. And that's it, you're good to go. So that is high street makeup on a budget, absolutely brilliant. I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between high street and high end. So I would say this looks high end, definitely. I'll see how it wears throughout the day and let you guys know in the next video. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So I will put all the links for you below. And if you have enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. And I look forward to making more content for you. I'll see you again soon. Thank you.